Please welcome Toastmaster Tim Ricke with his speech entitled The Flood OFD 49.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I love speaking out here rather than into the screen of my TV set or my computer. Don't you? You can't move when you're on Zoom. I move. You turn off the sound when you're on Zoom in the room, except for the speaker. I play off of what you guys are doing, so I'm glad to be back. It was the fall of 1949 when the first rain came of that year outside the city of Chicago. During the summer, we had gone down to the creek, which was 100 yards from our house, and jumped in and had our little swimming sessions in there. It was a blast. But look out for those little crawdads, because they bite. Because we had those coming through the culvert that ran from the fields across from us. And we'd go in there every day. Now this fall, we got our rain, and then came the cold in November and Thanksgiving, and we waited and hoped that the whole field behind the culvert would freeze, because we wanted ice skating. We wanted to play hockey. Well, this year it happened to freeze. What's going on here? The water didn't recede, it stayed. This was amazing. So we decided we're gonna get out there and skate. This is where I learned to skate, kind of. And one month in that week, we decided we got these hockey sticks and pucks for Christmas presents. Me and my buddy Rich, who lived across the street. Let's go down and play hockey. Now, we're 8 years old. We don't know a whole lot about hockey. But we said, how do we do this? Oh, I don't know. We're supposed to have a place where we can shoot our goal and to put the puck in there. And the one that's the most after a certain amount of time wins. Oh, okay. So we go out, we make up our little area, and then we go out to the middle of the ice and, okay, what do we do now? Well, we put the puck down in the middle. Well, how do we start? Oh, I guess we have to go back and just race towards it and see who gets there first. Oh, okay. So I go back and bam! Next thing you know, where am I? I'm laying on the ice looking at the sun. I was totally knocked out. And Rich is there saying, Jim, you all right? You all right? Right? Yeah, I think so. What happened? He said, we slammed into each other. I said, let's get our sticks and try this again. I had a hard time getting up. We found his stick. We never found my stick. And in the middle of the ice, you know that puck we put down? It was still there. We hadn't even touched the puck. We just slammed into each other and knocked us completely out. And I always wondered for weeks afterward, how in the world that year we had to get lucky enough that the creek bed froze. So my brother Jim, my older brother, said one day, he said, come on, let's go down to the creek. And I said, well, we can't do anything, it's still frozen, I don't have my skates. No, come on with me. So we get down there, and here's the field out there, all frozen. Little grass mounds where we set up little bonfires and stuff. And this side, very little water coming through. He said, come on over here. Look. There was a big board against the culvert, all blocked up with a bunch of rocks. So the water couldn't recede. And nobody knew it until that time. And he swore me never to tell, you're hearing for the first time today. So it was very interesting how he could turn something that looked like it was going to fail again, no ice, and turn it into a great time. Now the next spring came. No rain, no rain, no rain. The fields in the farm field, the cracks were so wide apart that if you ran with your tennis shoes, you could slip between them and fall. And the road up to the farmer's house, as you run, there was a dust coming up behind your feet. So we decided we're going to go take a shortcut to school by going through the farmer's field, even though there was a big bull there. Henry the Horrible, we called it. As we slipped through the fence, my brother Jim, myself, and my next younger brother, we slipped through the barbed wire, started going across. And all of a sudden, he's looking at us. It's okay, we'll make it. We started to go across, and Henry started to snort. You've seen it in the cartoons, you know. And he started charging at us. Well, we turn around. There's too far that way. There's too far this way. So we're running back through the fence. I get there first. I'm the runner in the family. I get there first, and I open the barbed wire open. My brother Jim, my older brother, jumps through. He makes it, and Lynn, the The next one down, they hold it for him, and he gets stuck. He can't get through the thing. His pants are hung up on it. He's going, oh, help me, help me. He's screaming and screaming, help me, help me. We tug and here comes Henry. He's flying across that field. He's going to get us. We pull him through. We tumble across the ground. Oh my God, that was close. But that time, Farmer Stallman comes by. He said, what are you kids doing? I told you that bull will get you. It's a good thing you got through that fence. Yeah, I said, it's a good thing you can't jump the fence. And at that moment, guess what? Henry jumped the fence. And he was coming after us, but we were up on the back cart of a bale of hay, just watching him, chasing us up the road. Well, we got home. I see my daddy got a phone call from the farmer. And we had our bottoms tanned with a belt because we were not supposed to do that. But those kind of events happened as we were kids that made really a wonderful time. We didn't have a Disney World. Our Disney World was that when I was leaving Little. Wrigley Field was my playground. They didn't have those things. So there's the telephone that's on the wall. You had to dial it, right? Those sort of things. But the interesting thing about those memories stick solid. And I was telling some Toastmasters this morning, our guest, that as you watch speeches go by, you'll say, that reminds me of, there's your next speech, because it'll remind you that happened to all of us, right? But it reminds you of the stories in our life. And we have stories. Some say, I don't have any stories. I said, I beg your pardon. You have a story every single day of your life. And you do, isn't that right?
Yes.
So remember that. Write them down. Put a note down so remember it. Put it in your calendar to remind you. And that way you're ready for your next speech. So remember, the most important thing is have some fun. Regardless of what you're doing, have some fun. We get that? You do, okay. Well, some people are shaking their heads, the rest of the aren't. But what did they say in the beginning of Pretty Woman? Remember? What's your dream? What's your dream? It could be a story.
Sir.